Hello again everyone, this is the Econ Guy. In our last video we talked about the demand curve. So in this video I would like to talk about the supply curve, which is you could think of it as the flip side of the demand curve. And so let's get straight into that. First of all, let's review what is supply. You can think of supply as the amount of a certain item that there is available to consume, I guess. For example, if there is a high quantity of strawberries supplied, that means that there are a lot of strawberries being produced, being grown, and a lot of them being sold on the market. So there's a lot of strawberries available for purchase. If there is a low quantity of strawberries supplied, then not a lot of people are growing strawberries, not a lot of people are producing strawberries, and therefore not many strawberries are being sold on the market. So if there's a lot of that item on the market or a lot of that item being produced, it is in high supply, and if there isn't much of that item being produced, it is in low supply. Now let's take a look at the supply curve. So we looked at the demand curve, and the supply curve is very similar. Here we have a graph. On the left side, the y-axis or the vertical axis, we have the price. So let's go back to our strawberries example. This is the price of strawberries. So this would be a low price here, and this would be a higher price up here. And on the horizontal axis or the x-axis, we have the quantity of strawberries supplied. So in the other demand curve example, this was the quantity demanded. But here, this is the quantity of strawberries supplied. So if there is a high quantity of strawberries supplied, which would be more on the right side of this line or closer to the right edge of this quantity supplied line, that means that there's a lot of strawberries being supplied. There's a high supply of strawberries, which means a lot of strawberries are being produced and put on the market for sale. If there is a low quantity of strawberries supplied, which means that not many strawberries are being produced and sold, then that would be this side of the graph here. And what this line is basically telling us, this line here represents the supply. So when the price for strawberries is low, so say that this is a low price for strawberries, the quantity of strawberries being supplied would be right here. So if the price of strawberries was low here, then the quantity would also be relatively low. And the reason for this is, if you think about it, if you're a farmer and if strawberries aren't growing and you can't sell strawberries for much, if you can't sell strawberries for a high price, why would you grow strawberries, right? So if the price that strawberries are selling at, this is the price that strawberries are selling at on the market. If the price that strawberries are selling at is low, then the quantity that farmers or whoever makes strawberries, the quantity that they will supply will be, again, quite low. When the price of strawberries is moderate, say it's not necessarily a high price, it's not necessarily a low price, then the quantity supplied, more farmers will think that supplying strawberries is worth their time. So there will be a higher quantity supplied. More people, more producers, we call them producers. So anyone who makes a certain item or good. So for cars, the producers are automobile manufacturers. For strawberries, the producers are farmers. So if the price of strawberries is moderate, then the amount supplied of strawberries by producers will also be moderate. And finally, if the price of strawberries is high up here, then there's a lot of incentive to grow strawberries, right? Because they are selling for such a high price, it's a good idea for producers, farmers, in this case for strawberries, to grow strawberries. So a lot of strawberries will be grown and a lot will be put on the market. So when the price of strawberries is high, the quantity that is going to be supplied will also be high. And this demonstrates the law of supply, which basically tells us for supply, as the price goes up, the quantity supplied, so the quantity supplied of strawberries is going to increase. And if it's a different good, say that it was for bananas instead of strawberries, or shoes, pairs of shoes, it's the exact same concept. So as the price increases, the quantity supplied will also increase. If you remember the demand curve, which I don't have here, but if you remember it, it went like this, right? So if you're a consumer, if you're someone who's buying strawberries or buying whatever good, as the price increases, more and more consumers won't want that good. So the quantity supplied is going to, for the demand curve, the quantity demanded will be low. But for supply, as the price goes up, more and more producers will be incentivized to produce more and more of that item, in this case strawberries, and for that reason the quantity supplied will also go up. Okay then, so that's all for this video, and now that we know the law of supply, which is the price, as the price goes up, the quantity supplied will also go up, and the law of demand, as the price goes up, the quantity demanded will decrease. We can do all sorts of interesting stuff. Okay then, see you next time.